we are the generation our ancestors have been waiting for. Oh, Malema, these words are so powerful, and the world need to hear these, these words, because they are really, really important to we as African, and it is also an aspiration to every African who is watching Malema everywhere in the world. Remember, just a few days to come, South Africa will be having its own election, and by seeing how Malema has always been doing things, I feel like South Africans should give him a chance about this. But that's not just that. Malema also is known for his fearless characters, calling out our own president, our Kenyan president His Excellency William Samoei Ruto, saying that he doesn't locate him these times. I mean, there is no president that have the guts to call out other presidents in the country that he is. Like, for example, for instance, he went to Kenya and called out Mr. William Samoei Ruto in his country while in that country. And it is in this generation that we need leaders such as Julius Malema. We don't need leaders that are, they are like puppets to the imperialists, So I feel like it is a big chance for Africans to wake, and the likes of Ibrahim Traore, the likes of, Julius Malema, and also our legends, like Muammar Gaddafi, Idi Amin. Malema is the living proof that we still need such kind of leaders. I'm not talking about leaders who kill people, but I'm talking about leaders who stand up for the rights of people, leaders who understand who is the minority, leaders who understand the dynamics of politics today, leaders who are not just dictators. I'm hearing a couple of people calling Julius Malema a dictator. I don't know where is a dictator. I want you to tell me in the comment section. But this is not just that. I want you to hear this speech by Julius Malema, which will actually brighten your day wherever you are. I don't know wherever you'll be watching this speech, but I just hope that you have a great day. You have everything sorted with you. And that's being said, that we also pray for Julius Malema to be alive until the time of election, because the world is watching Julius Malema, including the enemies. Everyone is watching Julius Malema. Every people's eyes on Julius Malema. What will happen this time? And we as Africans, we as Kenyans, we are always at the back supporting Julius Malema. And see, we don't have to agree on this, and I totally understand. If you don't support Julius Malema, well and good, just listen to his speech. I'm also sure that you're going to hear something which is important. Brothers and sisters, let's hear what Malema has for us.
Amandla, ayule, EFF, ayule, Tata, EFF, Tata, Tata, EFF, Tata, awe mushwa makodi, awe mushwa ANC, awe mushwa maburu, awe mushwa DA, awe mushwa butowana muimele, awe mushwa digata marukwana, forward to EFF government, forward. Saitata Gauteng, Saitata, Saitata KZN, Saitata, Saitata Western Cape, Saitata, Saitata Eastern Cape, Saitata, Saitata Northern Cape, Saitata, Saitata Free State, Saitata, Saitata Mpumalanga, Saitata, Saitata Northwest, Saitata, Saitata Limpopo, Saitata. Amanda. Thank you very much. Kyalevua Musara Marapo, our national chairperson. Kyalevua, our deputy president, Commissar Floyd Shibambo, the officials of the EFF, Comrade Secretary General, the DSG and the TG, Central Command Team, distinguished guests, members of the international community, people of South Africa, members of the diplomatic corps, and the entire continent. They made a mistake and forgot to acknowledge the president of Pudemo, who's part of us here. They also forgot to mention my own chief, Khabua Boraro Moloto, Wakua Mulechi, Liena Namo. They also forgot to mention our former national chairperson, Advocate Dalimpofu, is also here. Our former Secretary General, Godrich Gadi, is also here. Our former Deputy Secretary General, Tengwem Kalipi, is also here. Our former Treasurer General, Lien Mateis, is also part of this historic day. And all of you, the ground forces of our glorious movement, I'm happy to be part of this gathering today. Comrade Chairperson of Gauteng, let me take this opportunity to thank you for the hard work you have put together with your collective leadership. This was possible because of you as Gauteng as a collective and the rest of other provinces, and in particular the public representatives who got their constituencies transport to come here at the FNB Stadium to come and celebrate 10 years of unbroken struggle in the name of economic freedom in our lifetime. I salute you in the name of all those who sacrificed their lives for us to have a moment we can call 10 years old today. I salute you and bow my head in honor of the July 26 movement of Commandant Fidel Castro, from whom our movement draws so much inspiration and courage. I stand here saluting the Cubans for giving us a meaning of revolution, that a revolution just needs a few brave men and women who have courage and love in their hearts. We owe our liberation to the selflessness, internationalism of the Cubans, and the EFF is one of the products of the Marxist-Leninist revolution. Comrades, I send my revolutionary greetings to all the political parties that came here to celebrate with us, and my pastor in particular, Ntate Ralokhulela Kialevua. Uneole 10 years ago, war rabelela, har launcha EFF ko Marikana. I'm happy God kept you to come and witness the fruits of your prayer. 10 years down the line, you are praying again for another 10 years. Thank you very much for being brave, for coming to come and show us that even elders and our pastors care. Comrades, I send my greetings to the widows of Marikana, who must today know that the sacrifices made by their husbands, sons and brothers of the 16th of August 2012 were not in vain. We are standing here, turning 10 years old, in front of the country, the continent and the world, because of those brave mine workers who defied the greed and the violence of capitalism and the state. While Cuba guided the idea of our organization, Marikana gave birth to this revolutionary movement. Fellow fighters and soldiers of the revolution, we have arrived where the doomsayers never thought we would. They said we will never achieve 1% of the vote. They said our organization was formed out of anger and will never last. They said EFF stand for Ifita Fela, Ifita Iyakai. EFF asifiti, EFF isalitengi, EFF isatobatengi, barati banababaloyi, Baishebile mo ba beng teng, all of them, they are witnessing history today. Ba bangwe ba di journalist ba ne ba re ngwadile off ke ba bone ba matha mo ba re EFF ka se fete ngwaha. Today I look at them walking inside the stadium. What a walk of shame. You disappointed them, you proved them wrong, you made sure that they swallow a bitter pill. Babuzeni fighters, because the EFF is turning 10 years, we cannot hear their voices. Deputy President, one of the journalists said on TV this morning, even before the rally started, are the only party that has filled up FNB is the ANC. EFF has shortfall of filling up the FNB. Kare kwantwe tshwaregile TV. Kai phonela kare uthini mthakathi. Sizokhombisa namhlanje ukuthi EFF is the only party that has felt that will fill FNB beyond its capacity. To remember the day the FNB was full to capacity when we were burying Krisani. That was the only time the FNB was like this. Where are they today? Because the baby that was born walking in 2013 is now 10 years old. Never EFF ke mokgatlo wa batho fela ha una ntho e ka etsang ba re compare le bo cope. We are not cope. We are a generation that our ancestors have been waiting for. We are a generation that has inherited the struggle of our liberators. We have left those that produce us smiling in heaven. Today, wherever they are, Baba Tlembalwa, Balwala le Fasilela Rina, Babulaya Kimaburu, Baba Bulaya, because they were fighting. Today, Habarisheba, when they look at us, they are smiling all over in heaven, saying Banabarena, they are making us proud. Comrade Floyd, I think Comrade Cindy Somagata, wherever he is in heaven, joined by Winnie Mandela, they are standing in salutation that the younger generation of the struggle has made them very proud. Mama Winnie's spirit lives on all of us here. We are the children of Winnie Madikizela Mandela, the most fearless woman, a woman who's always proud of young people who are ready to fight. Comrade Seskona, Bayatanda Batandi, Sila AFNB Stadium, we just came to confirm to them that Seskona, Asindao, will be here for the next 10 years. Comrades, we made it even when those who wrote lies about us and they tried to destroy us and said all manner of things. We are still here today. Krisani, wherever he is, he's very proud of you. Steve Biko, wherever he is, he's very proud of you. Robert Subukwe, wherever he is, he's very proud of you. Anthony Limbede is very proud of you. Epimda is very proud of you. Mkolis Machombozi is very proud of you that you have taken your rightful place in the struggle to retain the land to the rightful owners. Comrade Floyd, gathered here, you brought more than 90,000 ground forces from all over South Africa, with majority of them coming from Gauteng province. Comrades, there were people who answered to the call of saying what needs to be done. That's why we are here. That clarion call was made after the cries of our people in Marikana when they said, Malema, form a party. I went to Marikana to show my solidarity, to show my support. The deputy president arrived a day before. General Holomisa was there a day before. When I went to listen to the workers, they did not tell me their problems. They said to me, form a political party. We will follow you because the ANC will never correct itself. The ANC killed our people in Marikana in defense of capital, in cahoots with capital. When those workers said we must form a party, we went to Sebokeng, we went to Sasolburg, we went all over South Africa, and we went to Shaft 17, and ultimately we went to Uncle Tom's Hall, where we answered the question, what is to be done? That's when we took a decision to form an organization that is called the EFF today, and that organization was inspired by the fearlessness of the workers who died in Marikana, demanding 12,500 from a mining cartel that made billions of the wealth in their land. Fighters, when we gathered in Uncle Tom's Hall to form this organization, fighters came from all over South Africa, from Cape Town to Musina. There was no food in that conference. There was no place to sleep in that conference. We had to put together some logistics. We didn't even have money to pay for a hall. But those fighters who came for a mission. They were very patient. They never fought the leadership. They knew that this is the beginning of a journey, and that journey will produce a giant, and that giant will represent our people. It was the brave and defiant youth of South Africa, the black conscious, the Marxists, the Leninists, the children of Peter Mukaba, Steve Biko, and Charlotte Maxeke, who asked what is to be done as the former liberation movement has betrayed the struggle for the land and the economy that our ancestors fought and died for. Comrades, those people said to us, let's go out there. Let's expropriate land without compensation. Let us nationalize mines. Let us nationalize banks. Let us nationalize other strategic sectors of the economy. They said free quality education is the future. Healthcare is the future. We need proper houses. We need sanitation. They said we need jobs, and those jobs must be sustainable, and those jobs must be protected. They said we must grow the African economy, and we must advocate for justice in the entire continent and not just reconciliation. They said they want open, accountable, corrupt-free government that will not be characterized by intimidation. To date of the 26th July, when this decision was taken, was not a mere date, but a deliberate choice to coincide with the anniversary of the Socialist Cuban 26th July movement, led by Fidel Castro and Che Guevara, amongst others. This movement, like the EFF, inaugurated a socialist revolution over a corrupt liberation movement in Cuba, led by the authoritarian U.S. imperialist puppet Batista. Comrades, the EFF, like the Cuban revolutionaries, will also replace a corrupt government here in South Africa. This organization was formed on the blood, sweat, and tears of our people. It was formed on their donations, their sacrifice, and their commitment. It was born out of difficulty. It has survived because our people believe in economic freedom in our lifetime. Comrades, the EFF is therefore an answer to all difficult questions. When we went into Parliament, many people said, they are just making noise, they will not achieve anything. We went into Parliament to represent the gardeners, to represent the domestic workers, to represent the farm workers, to represent the petrol attendants, to represent the unemployed youth of South Africa, to represent the orphans, to represent the abused, to represent the neglected masses of our people. We went into Parliament to represent Mgcineni Mambush Noki, who was killed by Cyril Ramaphosa in Marikana Kopi. We said to Mambush, we will never rest until you get your justice. That's why when we arrived in Parliament, we said Marikana is a crime scene, and those people who were killed in Marikana, they were killed by the ANC. When the ANC said, you can't say that, we went to court, and the court said, you can say that for free. So we are saying it here today. The ANC is an organization of murderers. It's the one that killed Tembinkosi Gwaleni, Patrick Akona Jijase, Andris Nsenyeho, Bonginkosi Yona, Baba Lomchali, Jackson Lehupa, Mafolos Mabia, Henry Mvuisi Pato, Ntandazo, Nokamba. Those are the people that the ANC killed in Marikana because they did not want to give them what was due to them. Fighters, this organization fought for students to be admitted in institutions of higher learning. When it was not fashionable to do so, we always kicked doors and opened doors for our children and made sure that indeed those people continue to learn. That's why in the EFF we can do an essay competition and give winners each 40,000, and poetry competition and give a winner 50,000. Why? Education is fashionable in the EFF. We want an educated nation. Comrades, when it was not fashionable during COVID, it was the EFF that gave artists money because the industry of artists was closed. We paid all those artists who used to perform at the EFF events. We said to them, you will not die as long as the EFF is still alive. It is the EFF DP that donated 15 million to COVID-19 Solidarity Fund to make sure that we support the poor of the poorest. Comrades, we can never say everything was smooth. Not everything was smooth. There were staff riders who wanted to hijack our organization, but because the EFF is like a sea, it cleans itself all the time when the rejects want to hijack it. That's why if you go to the exhibition of the EFF, we did not delete the staff riders. They are still there. You will see them in the pictures of the EFF. Just mark them. This one is a staff rider. That's why they are no longer with us. But those staff riders thought they will kill our organization. Till today, our organization is still standing firmly because our organization does not depend on individuals, it depends on its ideology and its founding manifesto. They came, Aleopula, Baria, Batbaba ile Landani, Baba Rekile Kua Landani, Barekile Kemakua, Banyoko destroyer EFF. That was the first imaginary scandal they did. We defeated that scandal of saying we are bought by London, because everything we are doing has got nothing to do with London. It has got everything to do with Africa and with Africans, because we exist for Africans. Haba palwa ke scandal sa London bari EFF iwishije VPS iwutsuje chelete ya VPS. Till today, no leader of the EFF is investigated for VPS. No leader of the EFF is arrested for VPS. No leader of the EFF is in court because of the VPS. They wanted to use the VPS to destroy the EFF. Once more, they failed. Comrades, they wanted to cause the fights in the EFF. They never won. They will never win. Why? We want the land. We are not here for any other Mickey Mouse arrangement. We want the land, and that land must be taken from the white minority rule and be given to all the people of South Africa, and that land shall be returned into the hands of the rightful owners. Comrades, we want jobs, and we don't want jobs that are a bribery which is given in a stadium. Panyaza Lisufi took people to Orlando Stadium a day before yesterday, thinking that he can contest us. Ke mushimanyana wa maminana atibiselo utamaile atyaba na barena abaisha Orlando Stadium ayobafa maphephe alungura deserve ubaka matsong abana barena aba humiliator abatadije stadium are utoba for stipend. It's not a stipend, it's a bribery so that you can vote for the ANC. We don't want a bribery. We want the land, we want jobs, and we want them manje. We want them now, and it must be quality jobs. Comrades, we are going to industrialize. We are going to take land for industrialization. We are going to take land for proper settlement. We are going to take land for agriculture. We are going to take land for you, the unemployed, to create jobs for yourself, because you must not be employees. You must be your own bosses. We want you to be your own bosses. Comrades, South Africa body by body corruption. There is corruption everywhere. That's why in the police the generals are corrupt. How can a president steal money and put money of foreign currency in a mattress, in a sofa, and even sleep on top of money? When that person is reported to the police, he is not arrested. Why? It's because police are rotten to the core. It's because police are corrupt. We need to fight corruption fighters, because without succeeding in the fight against corruption, we will never achieve anything. Corruption is what made you unemployed. Corruption steals money that must buy medicine for HIV and AIDS. Corruption steals money that must go and give children feeding scheme. Corruption is the one that creates potholes because the roads are not quality as a result of corruption that is in government. Let's tell you, when we take over next year, Cyril Ramaphosa siyomopa uyayijele Cyril Ramaphosa because we sell our Ramaphosa. Ramaphosa romutsenya ka mo tronkong ka nko bifa ba tla bona gore ba etsang ka nko ya yona mo tronkong mo. Because Ramaphosa ke le shodu o bolaile batho ba marikana ha tshwarwa o tswile tšhelete ya South Africa ha tshwarwa o robala godimo ha di-dollar ha tshwarwe. Ramaphosa is not above the law. Ramaphosa must go to jail whether they like it or not. Comrades, in the EFF, we support the LGBTQ plus community. There is no EFF that hates gays and lesbian and transgender and how people want to define themselves. Professor Lumumba's ideas are his own ideas. We don't agree with him. He's our brother. We can disagree with him in a respectful manner. But these clowns that go around saying they support the LGBTQ plus community, yet they support Ramaphosa, who hosted Museveni, who signed a law that is not progressive. Those people are pretentious. They must not be supported or even be listened to. Comrades, there is too much crime in South Africa. Because of corruption, we must arrest criminals. Ground forces, let's go and claim the streets from criminals. We cannot allow the criminals to take South Africa for themselves. We cannot allow the drug lords to take over South Africa. We cannot allow the Nyaupis to take over South Africa. You, the fighters of the revolution, go and claim the streets against criminals. When we take over this Gauteng next year, all those people who are hired by Panyaza, Barigidi Panya Panya, we are going to expel all of them because they were not properly hired. They are hired because they are members of the ANC. They are hired because they are campaigners of the ANC. Tell them your time is over. When you meet them in those oversized overalls, you must whisper in their ears, Pelile Baba, here's a EFF next year. Comrades, we want the people who have high walls to drop their high walls, to stay in peace and enjoy their beautiful gardens without being scared or being attacked by criminals. Our country cannot be a country of criminals. Bheki Cele has failed as a minister of police. Bheki Cele must step down with immediate effect because he has failed as a minister of police. Comrades, we are going to make sure that each and every police station has got police who are trained to deal with victims of rape and sexual abuse. We want police who will treat victims of rape with respect, and we want police stations that will have private rooms for victims of rape and sexual abuse where confidentiality